Welcome to Let Me Know How It Is, a pop culture podcast about animation, television, movies, comics, and more. On this episode, we'll be discussing upcoming summer blockbuster movies. I am Frank Melman.
I'm Zach Slater.
And I'm Clifton.
So, what are our big plans for the summer, gentlemen? What do we plan to see? What are we excited about? What are we looking forward to? What are we thinking might not make it? What might be a bust? I know in some cases, Clifton's the one that gets out to more movies than Zach and I do.
Yeah.
Occasionally, very rarely, the planets align and we're able to see a movie together.
Right.
But that doesn't always become a thing.
No.
So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. Some of the stuff that Clifton's already seen.
I think 100% of the movies I've seen in the last 3 years have all been with you guys.
Really?
Is
that
I've seen like one.
Is that true?
You've seen
so.
one? No, you saw two, right? You did see two.
No, I saw two. I saw
Yeah,
I saw the Looney Tunes movie. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
So
Does anyone like, does anyone have anything that they're like, oh my God, I'm dying, I want to see this and want to start?
All right. Well, I mean, at the time of this recording, the next one up, the summer movies season has started a little bit so far, but we're still early in it. And at the time of this recording, the next one coming up is Supergirl.
Yeah.
Next week. So that's the one I'm presently most excited about, adapting the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow storyline by Tom King and Bilquis Evely.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I really know about it. I've seen some of the trailers.
Do you have tickets already?
I do have tickets already. Yeah.
I do not. I need to get them.
Yeah, next week it's coming up.
Yeah, I was surprised because it was one of those things where I'm like, well, we got like a couple more weeks, and then I realized, oh no, it's next week.
Yeah.
Has anyone else read the graphic novel? Has anyone read the book?
I have not.
Yeah, I've read it.
Yeah, I thought you and Zach had. I had not.
Okay.
I still have not.
Zach, do you? I might not, without spoiling anything. Is there anything that you think like, well, I don't know if they're going to be able to do, because it looks like it's a combination of that and a couple issues of Brave and the Bold that Mark Waid did with George Perez, where she meets Lobo. Spoiler if you haven't figured it out, Lobo's in this movie too, played by Jason Momoa. There are aspects of this book that I really like, and then there are others where I'm kind of like, I don't know if they're going to be able to do all of this on screen.
Speaking specifically to Woman of Tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Specifically to that without spoiling anything. So.
I don't know. It looks fairly faithful to me.
Okay.
With, this is hardly my first comic movie. So I know there's going to be adjustments and there's going to be changes and omissions and stuff like that. Like, we've said in previous episodes where like Lobo is not, part of the comic, not to spoil the comic, but it fits nicely with what the story is. I mean, there's the way the structure of the book is, it allows for some wiggle room where you can expand and play around with things and not betray anything that's in the story.
Right.
The Brave and the Bold thing that you had brought up, I that's my first hearing of it. I did not recall that story.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a 6-issue. I believe the first arc is like 6 issues, and it sort of hands off the story that Wade did to various characters. And one of the I think it's like issue 2 or 3, I can't remember which, is Supergirl and Lobo. So I'm wondering how much they're going to use from that.
Yeah.
But like you said, if you're going to go to Woman of Tomorrow and you're looking for the main man, he ain't in it.
No, exactly. But that said, I think like as good a spot, as good a project.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To introduce him.
Yep.
I think, it is a sprawling tour of the DC universe.
Right.
And that's not spoiling anything. I mean, like, you could tell from the trailers that it's a spacefaring movie.
Right.
People have said that it does have some similarity in look and feel to Guardians, and I don't disagree with that.
Sure.
But Guardians is a great movie, so
it is.
So who cares?
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's not a bad thing.
I find myself getting more and more excited about this one the closer we're getting. Not that I wasn't excited to begin with. I love Supergirl.
Sure.
I love Supergirl. I love this book.
Mm-hmm.
And now granted, I don't have HBO Max, so I've not seen Peacemaker season 2, but I think the DCU's off to a really good start. Like Superman really impressed me. Yeah. And the more I think about it, the more I enjoy that movie.
Yes.
So I'm really jazzed about this. I'm curious to see what other Easter eggs they're there are in store.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious of what else they've tucked into it as far as DC cosmic characters, be they heroes or villains.
Me too.
I personally am keeping my fingers crossed for a Kanjar Row appearance.
Yeah.
That's really high up on my list of like, if Kanjar Row's in it, I'm gonna love this movie.
You know
What?
darn well Kanjar Row always shows up in Green Lantern stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He's always the throwaway.
But that's what I'm saying. You could definitely use him in this. So if he's not in this, then he better be in Lanterns.
Well, I mean, but going on what you're saying really quick. I mean, I mean, there's bound to be Easter eggs and things and characters and guest stars possibly that we don't know about.
Right.
And a little refreshing in the sense that I think in a previous generation of comic movie, they would have held Lobo as a secret as much as possible.
True.
And it's just refreshing that it's just out there. Like, here he is.
Oh yeah.
And
no, I think
this is what he looks like. You don't need to speculate. You don't need to hunt for set photos.
No.
And yada yada. Like, here he is, and he's in the movie, and and I think and he very well may just get butts and seats himself.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I'm excited about the fact that I like I have a fondness for Supergirl. I like the character a whole lot. What I like the most about it is I think that the people that do give it a chance and do go see it are going to be pleasantly surprised, because I know a lot of people were dismissive of the way she was portrayed in Superman, but there's a reason. Like, there's a reason why she is that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That fits into the story, as well as the fact that was the idea that Supergirl's a hard character to really nail down. And it's been that way for the longest time, that DC really didn't know how or what to do with her.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Tom King's approach in this that explains that it's one thing to be rocketed away from Krypton as a baby and know that, I lost my whole planet. It's another thing to be a fully realized person and lose your whole planet.
Right. Live through it.
Live through it. Yeah.
Right.
Completely live through it. There's a very different experience, and it explains why she is the way she is. But at the same time, I think we'll get the reason of the explanation as to why she does what she does as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing to add.
Okay.
Supergirl can be a little tough. I mean, but mostly by virtue, I think that she just had so many iterations in comics.
I mean, I think that speaks to it too, though, is they even in comics, they never fully felt like they had pinned it down, I think, which is why we get the different versions and different iterations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some versions more clearly work better than others. But I think I will say this: it's not for any weakness in the character or like backstory or anything like that. Like, I think there's a lot to be mined in that character. I think largely the shortcomings have come from really editorial reasons.
Yeah,
sure. There was a period in the 90s comics where it was a mandate in DC that they were very adamant that Superman be the last Kryptonian.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That was it.
And and then when you have Supergirl out there, but you have that mandate that she can't be Kryptonian.
Right.
Like, well, how do you make that work? And the hoops they jump through. I will direct all the listeners to Wikipedia. Set aside some time. It's a lot of reading to get to the bottom of what I'm talking about in the 90s run. But
yeah. So her character was very much at the whims of editorial decisions for a different character.
Right.
And it took them a while to find her own footing, which I think they have, for now, 15 or 20 years, I'd guess. They finally got a take that has stuck for the most part. And they've brought in little pieces from other things to it, but.
Well, the story that I heard, and whether or not it was true or not, was that they had some DC event at Six Flags Great America. And I guess that when there's a Superman ride, or there was a Superman ride, I don't know, I've never been on it. But the story that I've heard, this may be made up or not, but it was around the time before they rebooted and gave her the origin they gave her in Loeb's Batman and Superman.
Right.
Or Superman Batman, I can't remember which it's called. Anyway, the story that I heard is they were a bunch of people from DC were in line for this ride, and it has various character breakdowns as you're waiting through the line to get there. And Zach, you were saying,
like on billboards.
Yeah, like a little
like on
signs.
billboards, Yeah.
Informationals.
Yeah, to read as you're in line.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was the one for Supergirl was this lengthy explanation about she's a matrix and she's made of this and therefore she's that, and then she became this and now she's, and it's this long laundry list of stuff, and someone was like, why isn't she just his cousin again? And that's why they decided to make her the cousin again, as opposed to, he's not the last whatever of Krypton.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Total sense.
She's living protoplasm.
Right. Right, exactly. Yes. Yeah, that was, when she was May, when she was the Matrix or whatever she was. Yeah, that was the time. Dan Jurgens. That's around that time. Not his fault. I'm just saying.
No.
He was a main creative force. Yeah, he was the main creative force at the time. But that was him. That was all that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Supergirl looks great. I think like I said, I still gotta get tickets, but I'm definitely gonna see it probably day of. So when it comes out. Yeah. Any other thoughts? Anything else we need to add?
Well, that's probably my number one. I'll be honest.
Okay.
That's probably my number one.
Okay.
Very good. Who'd like to go next then? Zach, do you want to go next? Do you want me to go next?
Let's see. No, you go next.
Okay.
I'll see where you guys go, and then I'll adjust.
Okay. My next one it's a franchise. It's got a familiar character in it. It's one of those things where there's been maybe 4 or 5 of these movies at this point with this particular character, and it should be one of the bigger movies I think of the summer, especially with the current trend in movies. And that movie is Evil Dead Burn.
Yeah.
I know you were thinking where I was gonna go, but no,
good head fake.
We'll get to that one in a minute.
I thought it was going to be Jackass Best and Last. But...
Well, I can't get enough of Wee Man, so
yeah.
But no, Evil Dead Burn, I'm very much looking forward to. And that recurring character, of course, is the Book of the Dead or the Necronomicon.
Right.
But yeah, I think I don't know if anyone else saw Evil Dead Rise. Has anyone else seen?
I did see Evil Dead Rise. Yeah.
I really liked that movie.
That was very good.
I thought the movie was incredibly good for being within the universe, and there's enough nods to stuff that came before, while at the same time, sort of advancing things. I like the idea that they're branching out, and not that I don't want to see. I know Bruce Campbell apparently is dealing with health issues and retired.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, there's no reason why you can't do more stuff within that universe, and I'm glad they are doing that. So
that one, it was so nice to see. It's not a cabin. They changed the setting and it still works.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And also the Holly Wheeler from Stranger Things season 5 was the youngest girl in Evil Dead Rise. When she was younger, and she's fantastic.
Yeah, no, that movie's really good. It makes you. It's one of those. As our old engineer and I would often talk about, when everyone's in real danger, it really, especially in a horror movie, it really ups the ante of, well, is anyone going to make it out of this? But I watched that. I did not get to see that one in the theater, but I watched that one at home and really, really liked it. So I'm really looking forward to Evil Dead Burn. There isn't much that I know that it's out for what it actually really is. I think the only thing that's about is another one of a family. It says the only premise that I got was, and this is from Wikipedia, it says, following the death of mother's son, the family comes together in a secluded house, and of course someone finds the book, and then inadvertently causes it all to go poorly. So, but I'm excited for it. I can't wait. It's not out till in the U.S. on July 10th.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, I'm excited for this, as well as any expansion of this, basically this universe, or this, I guess, franchise you want to call it.
I saw a trailer for this one.
Okay.
I didn't see one trailer for it. That's all I've seen. And again, I think they kind of play it a little. They play these things a little close. They did with Evil Dead Rise too. They didn't show you. They didn't show you how far that one goes. So I expect this one to go a lot further than the trailers.
Well, that's what the I guess the director, I saw a thing recently where he said he had Sebastian Vanacek, I guess is the guy's name.
Yeah.
But he was basically saying that he had to cut a bunch to get it to an R. And he said he wants to do, he wants to have a director's cut of it. And again, Evil Dead Rise doesn't pull many punches.
Right.
It's pretty intense in a lot of it. So I can't imagine, if that was, if you had to cut this one down, I can only imagine how far it's going to go. But, like I said, Evil Dead Rise is a really good movie. So I'm hoping this one is too.
I didn't even know about this movie. I'll be very honest. Somehow I missed. I like when you said it. I was like, "There's another Evil Dead movie coming out." Like, but horror movies isn't my thing. So like,
right. Well,
no surprise by anybody there.
Yeah. Yeah, I always, I'll check things out. I'm just not a huge, it's not my main genre, but I will definitely watch stuff. And like I said, this was one of those. It was on. I'm like, I'll stick with this, and then I realized, okay, I'm not leaving this. I'm going to see how this turns out with Evil Dead Rise. Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one a lot. So,
well, I'm looking forward to one, and it's coming a little later in the summer.
Okay.
It is a staple of my childhood. A lot of violence.
Okay.
And I am referring to, of course, Coyote versus Acme.
Yeah.
We'll get to that other violent movie coming out that was a staple of my childhood in late summer, later on possibly. But no, I don't have a whole lot to go on. Like, this was one of those movies that got tax write-off or attempted tax write-off.
Mm-hmm.
And so just like that alone, like that story just made me like want to root for the thing.
Right.
Apart from the fact that like it's a Looney Tunes movie and I freaking love the Looney Tunes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a silly, ridiculous, yet like kind of obvious premise that I think could be a lot of fun. And basically it's, Coyote, after having like one too many mishaps with the Acme Corporation trying to catch the Roadrunner, is like, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you, Acme, for all the injuries I've suffered at the hands of your products.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And, so I just like love the premise to begin with when we heard about this, God, probably 3 years ago at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But, the trailer is just, charming and clever. And it looks like that there's definitely like a message here, about,
right.
Capitalism and corporation and greed and collateral damage and all that good stuff. I don't know if I left you guys anything left to say, but jump in. I don't know. Am I the only one looking forward to this?
No, I want to see it.
I'm looking forward to it, but I have not seen the trailer. I actually haven't seen the trailer yet. Yeah,
I have not either.
I mean, I knew of it from when Warner Brothers opted not to release it, and then heard about it when another distributor did pick it up, and that's all I really know. That and the premise, but I haven't seen the trailer yet. I'm sold. I'll go. I mean, I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's one of the things where I don't know why I haven't watched this trailer, but I'm like, I've had it in the back of my mind since it was, taxed, written off, or shelved, or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, Will Forte's in it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I always like him. He's always fun. I think he would fit within the manic energy of Looney Tunes.
Right. Cast is also Lana Condor.
Okay.
Who I've seen in a lot of Netflix teen romance movies.
Mm-hmm.
And John Cena, apparently.
Yep.
Nice.
Very nice.
Fan of that. I am a fan of that guy. So that guy's pretty good. Yeah. So nope, I'm all for it. That should be another fun one.
It looks like, so I'll say this from the trailer. It looks like that they do, right? Because you need setup, right? You need to explain. You need to see him. These things backfire on him,
of course.
So I think and because this is a movie where like Roger Rabbit and like the Garfield movies and all that, where it's it's an animated character in a real world setting. So you have the people playing people, right? This is live action John Cena, not John Cena doing a voice of himself in animated form. So you're getting, I think, most likely a teaser in the beginning that's going to be like a 7-minute Coyote and Roadrunner cartoon in live action.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Which I'm just curious to see how that's going to look like. And part of me, not to be a stickler, but I will point this out to, I can hear Devon clapping me on right now. What's up, Devon?
Okay.
So when Chuck Jones was doing the Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons, he had a list of rules.
Okay.
It was like, but by no means do we violate any of these things. But one of the things that that he realized like very early in the series is, so if you look at the very first Roadrunner and Coyote cartoon, Fast and Furious, the background is done sort of just conventionally, right? Like the trees look like trees and the rocks look like rocks and all this other stuff, and it just kind of looks like very, very normal, not ugly in any way, but I'm just gonna say by the numbers, right? Like the way that you would paint the typical background. They realized like very quick that they were gonna start making like stylized adjustments to the background. So if you look in the background of all the following cartoons for really like the whole series, you're gonna see like line work that juts out apart from like the rock formation. So you'll see like the rock painted formation, but the outline will be like slightly askew of it and stick out. You know what I mean? It's a very, very like expressionist style. And so I am curious to see the live action aspect, because you can't mimic that in live action. Like the background's gonna be the background. Right. And so long tangent, but I'm just, throwing that out there for listeners, just to, bear in mind if anybody goes to see it.
Right.
That's going to be a juxtaposition there, or not a juxtaposition, like an adjustment.
So we'll see if they do the original short, though. That would be a fun thing to see. Just a full on like short leading into it, kind of like they did to open Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. Well, is it that? I mean, because I considered it. I mean, I thought it was. Have either of you ever seen Defending Your Life, the Albert Brooks movie?
No.
No, I have not either.
Wow. Okay. Damn. No. I love it. It's one of my favorite Albert Brooks movies. In it though, there's a scene when he's defending his life. It's a title. In Judgment City, in the afterlife, where it's basically you have like almost like a prosecutor and a defendant for when you're doing this, and at one point they have a quick cut of all the times. It's almost like a clip show of like terrible moments in his life where he does dumb things where he almost dies.
Right.
So that's why I was kind of wondering if they're going to do the same thing with the coyote in this, of just being like, no, these are all the times you basically Acme is going to say, no, you used our products improperly.
Right.
So therefore, this is on you. Why would you try to have
warranty? Yeah.
Why would you use rocket skates to try and catch your Roadrunner when that's not how they're supposed to be used in the first place? That's something like that. But again, it's a very funny, like there's one where he starts he pulls a chainsaw and inadvertently like loses control of it and like cuts the umbrella on his patio set. that's just one of the things in this quick cut of stuff, dumb stuff that he does. So, but it is very Coyote-esque. So that's why I thought maybe they'd try to do something like that. But no, I think this movie, from what I've heard and the fact that I want to support it just because of the fact that they tried to write it off or whatever, I would definitely want to see it.
Yeah. I hope it makes a fortune. I really do.
Sure. I
really do.
What's another thing? What else we got?
Should we get into Spider-Man?
Why not?
Or do we want to? I mean, I assume it's on all of our lists.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. When I was prepping for this, I was like, it was funny trying to come up with like, what's my list gonna be? Because there's some I'm like, I know they're gonna be on all of us, but then
that one's obvious.
And we don't talk about like what's on our list like ahead of time and stuff like that. So
no.
But so the dangerous part is you get to a situation where it's like we all assume it's gonna be on somebody else's list and they'll bring it up and then we don't talk about it.
Right. Or you're like, oh, I had all my notes on that. And
yeah.
Well, because again, we were doing our warm up, our prep before this, just talking, and I started to say something about it, and Clifton did his usual save it for the show. So, we could talk Spider-Man. I'm always up for talking Spider-Man. Spider-Man Brand New Day, right? That started July 30th?
31st, technically.
Okay.
You're seeing it the 29th. I am going to see the 29th.
I got tickets for that. Yeah.
So I'm going to the Thursday night preview. You're going to the Wednesday night preview.
The Wednesday. Preview. Yep. I'll be at that.
As it is, second trailer just dropped today at the time of this recording. The same day tickets went on sale.
Yes.
Is where we are in time now.
How many times have you watched it, Frank?
The trailer?
The second trailer.
Oh, the second trailer. I saw stills of it.
Okay.
And I
Stop it.
I did. I saw the stills online today and then didn't realize the trailer dropped till just now.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
Do you want to pause to watch the trailer?
No. I'm of a like I am finding more and more as I watch things and try to take stuff in. The art of the trailer has changed so much that I really feel like in some cases, trailers are just giving me way too much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone who knows me knows full well I will start to put those pieces on a whiteboard
Right.
and move them around till I figured out what the story is.
Yeah.
And then I get to it and I'm like, oh, I didn't want to know all this.
It's impossible. Like when if you are if you were a fan of like any plot structure kind of
Mm-hmm.
you know like it's hard to turn it off while watching the trailer and not piece
Yeah.
together like this goes here and this goes there. And
Well, I mean,
no, I'm with you.
We've told that story about Dark Knight.
Yeah, of course.
How we watched that like the Zapruder film.
Yeah.
And then try to figure out, well, where does this piece go? Does this happen before? Like you and I sat there watching it like mental patients over and over and over again. We enjoyed it, but at the same time, we were definitely trying to figure out when does this come before that? And I feel like I've seen enough of the movie, and I know enough of what they're drawing from, which like the other Spider-Man stories, that I really don't. And again, there's also the speculation of who's playing what and who this character might be, and
much of that's not confirmed yet. There's just rumors aplenty about that.
But I think that contributes, though. Honestly, I mean, I think that has just as much an effect, as the trailer itself and what the trailer's actually showing you. I think it's just like I love learning more about movies and TV shows that I enjoy. But yeah, on some level, I kind of wish we could turn that off a little bit, because it is kind of disappointing that like when you see a trailer that you're excited about when it finally drops and you already like kind of know stuff going into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but it's a different world now.
It is. It definitely is. I mean, I'm I know enough about it that I don't know if I'm going to watch it. I mean, I say that now, but I probably, I'm a mark. I certainly, as soon as I got this, I was telling Clifton, as soon as I got the alert, I absolutely bought my tickets. I'll be there before.
But I'll say this. I mean, like, so for me, like I stopped what I was doing practically. And watching. I've watched it probably 3-4 times today.
Oh, okay.
And
did you like what you saw?
I did like what I saw. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm very much so. Supergirl's number 1, Spider-Man's number 2, and if you ask me tomorrow, it may swap. I don't know. Right? It's very much depending on mood, but I think also like where the previous movie left off. It's not too difficult to just I think guess like where certain aspect, like what kind of scenes we're gonna be getting in this movie, given where the characters left off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And that said, knowing that and knowing like I was like to use our metaphor, like knowing where to lean because I knew this was coming, it's still effective. And I'm still excited to see where that's gonna go.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I made a prediction. We're getting back to Superman from last year. I had made a prediction of what I thought, based on what I had seen, what that movie was going to be. And I again, talking with Tommy about it, I definitely had a moment where I was like, I kind of think we're going to get more of that in Spider-Man Brand New Day than we did with Superman, because Superman just basically tosses you in the deep end and like, well, you'll sink or swim and figure it all out.
Yeah.
And I feel like with Spider-Man, with Brand New Day, it's going to be, like how I spent my last couple of years being your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, more so than we've gotten before. Like, I think it will definitely do that. My biggest thing about it is I'm not a huge fan of the storyline. I
never read it, so I don't know that story.
Yeah, it's basically, it's a Peter David story. I always thought, for some reason, I conflate it with Straczynski, but it is Peter David, I believe. And I'm not saying anything against the late Peter David. I love tons of his stuff, his Stark novels and his run on Hulk and other stuff. But I wasn't a big fan because it was one of those moments where they kind of try and, at the time, make it more Spider-Man to be more like the Tobey Maguire version, which is interesting. The fact that just the idea of being more organic with everything, and I wasn't a fan. And the character they introduced that's behind it all is fine, or a problem. I think, as much, again, I say this as a person who slapped down his credit card and bought tickets today. And I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. and have been since I was a kid. But for me, it's one of those things where I just feel like it's an annual, right? That's what I feel like. It's like, this is the annual, and that, Peter's had adventures since we last saw him, and they're just going to cram as much as they can into this movie because they know that they've got people's attention, and the audience will show up for Spider-Man. Now, again, I don't blame them because, well, yeah, but I also feel, it's one of those when there's been complaints at level that superhero movies are like, I don't know, man, there's a lot of stuff like just crammed into this, shoved in there, and we hope it works. I hope this works because there seems to be a lot of elements in it just as a means to be like, hey, in case you're bored with the MCU, just you wait. This is all this other stuff that we've got that we're going to throw into the IP pond, so that we have more stuff to play with. I mean, that's how I feel. And again, I love these characters, and I'm a huge Spider-Man fan to begin with. Does anyone else feel like that?
It's really funny to me that you haven't watched the trailer, because now I'm going to point out, sorry, Clifton actually watched the trailer.
Oh,
it's true.
For this
and I never watched trailers.
You would not.
You did?
Yes.
What
and
world
I never
are we
watched
living
trailers.
in? What is going on?
The first trailer that came out months ago, I finally decided I'd watch it. I normally avoid trailers, or at least I avoid them until I'm at the movie theater, and then sitting there waiting for a movie to start, and they show me trailers, and I'll watch them.
Sure.
But that one I actually watched at home on YouTube, the first trailer, and then I watched it like multiple times, and then I was like, crap, I figured out like this whole sequence because it was a very easy one to figure out.
Yes,
I thought in their first trailer, and then I watched the second trailer today, and was like, yeah, I really shouldn't have watched that because it shows a lot, and like I can start piecing it all in. To where it went. I was like, it's good stuff. Like, it's good stuff. But I was like, it's good stuff I would have rather seen in the movie for the first time.
Well, again, and longtime listeners of the podcast, I tell the story of was it Infinity War, right? The Infinity War bit where I should have learned my lesson was the bit where, if you haven't seen Infinity War, go watch and come back. But Infinity War, when it was the armpit trailer someone took of the footage. At I don't know where it was. It's
San Diego, I think.
Probably. Yeah. But it's the bit with Thanos ripping the moon down, which again is just the coolest shot. Right. It's so cool to throw it, to throw Iron Man. And I saw it through someone's armpit, and I really wish I had just waited till I got to the stupid theater to watch it.
It's like the cell phone, sneaking footage from San Diego panel.
Yes, long before they found the way to take like laser pointers and screw up people's phones that they do now. Someone got that footage and got it out, and I saw it that way, and I'm like, oh my god, that's cool. But yeah, that would have been really cool to see it or reveal. Yeah. So again, I am getting more and more of like, yeah, trailers are cool and I love trailers, but too many times trailers lately have just been like, nope, here's everything, or like you said, you were able to easily piece it together the two.
Yeah. Right. And this one seems particularly easy to put together. I think in a weird way. We're talking a lot about trailers, but man,
yeah.
But so I will say this. To bring it really quick back around to Dark Knight, when we talked about the 40 hours a week we were watching the Dark Knight trailer,
right?
What I will say about that movie also and that trailer is that movie has a cohesive look, and the lighting is very, very, very uniform for nighttime scenes and stuff like that. So just visually, it was not as easy to just look like that. This is part of the same sequence. That's part of that sequence. That's part of that sequence. This movie feels that way to me. I feel like just even with the sound off and not hearing anybody talking, I feel like just looking at that daylight scene goes with that one and this nighttime thing, right? Just the lighting kind of is a giveaway. I think we could be wrong. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Marvel lies to us in trailers, which I love.
They do. Do.
And as good as we are at this, sometimes we're wrong. I mean, Superman, we had a lot of theories and
oh, I'll be the first to admit, I thought we were going to get a good sequence of, well, this is what I've been up to, and that's how they would seed some of the stuff.
Right. We were right about some. We were 100% right about some things.
Right.
and 100% wrong about some other things.
I was completely wrong about that.
But I just I think it looks good. I think I'm on record saying that I like No Way Home. I would have preferred just like a regular number 3 without all the multiverse hopping stuff and yada yada. But I think the setup plays nice. I think one of the things that I realized, like, that all the Spider-Man movies kind of make, I'm not going to say mistake, but they make the same choices, and largely it's budgetary reason that there's not really soap opera aspect yet that we get from the comics. Like, none of that stuff that's really, really made the jump in any movie for to my liking, right? Like to this day, there's still, like, the one movie that we got with MJ and Gwen in it is Spider-Man 3.
I know.
and that's not really a Betty Veronica type scenario. Like, that's never happened.
I agree with that.
And I understand that, like, actors' budgets and actors' paydays and budget, like, it's just hard to do that kind of stuff in a $300 million movie. And this one kind of feels a little bit like, well, we're still not getting that per se,
right?
Because we're kind of starting from scratch in a weird way. Like, yes, his supporting cast is still there from the previous movies, but we got to do the meet cute again.
Well, right. True, but again, the argument has been made, and I've seen it more than one place, with the idea that these aren't really Spider-Man movies so much as they're Marvel team-up movies.
Yeah.
I mean, and again,
which is what I like about them. I love Marvel team-up.
Yeah.
Well, again, I've stated my love. I'm a huge fan of Marvel team-up. Your Marvel 2-in-1, your DC Comics presents Brave the Bold. I'm there for all of it. But for these movies, it's not really. We haven't really had a solo Spider-Man movie. I mean, we have, but we haven't, because the first one's Iron Man always lecturing him and telling him if you're without the suit you're nothing, which is okay, whatever. But it's just one of those things where then you've got Nick Fury, and then you've got Doctor Strange, and then basically the villains. So it's not really. We really haven't had a proper, like, just Spider-Man being Spider-Man on his own. Yeah. And I kind of hoped we would get something like that for 4, but obviously we ain't getting that.
Right.
Which, again, not a terrible thing. I just think it's a Marvel team-up annual, as opposed to, a regular issue of Amazing Spider-Man where Peter's got a stinky, sweaty costume, and he's got to make rent. Right. And, I got to, Betty Brant's right there, but there's also MJ and, who's Gwen Stacy gal. I think it's, again, like you said, I think it's kind of difficult to do that in your $300 million movie when, you've got to continue, keep that train rolling. And it's, while he may not be out in space anymore, it's still, it's not like life for Spider-Man's that much easier just because he's in the neighborhood.
Right.
So, having said that, of course, I bought my tickets today.
Don't watch the trailer.
No, I won't.
Yeah, avoid it if you can.
No,
it is a good trailer. It's a very good trailer.
I'm sure it is,
and it does get you excited. But yeah, I do think that it does. I agree. It shows a bit too much.
Yeah, I just had after the last one, I was kind of like, well, and then a couple of speculative videos here and a couple of like, well, who's this person playing this, and I just was like, nope, I don't really, I don't need it. I'll be fine. I'll be perfect. I'm already on the hook,
right?
For this movie. So, no, I'm going to see it. But I'm trying to think, is there anything else to mention about it? Is there anything else any last thoughts about Spider-Man before we move on?
It's a new director, and it feels, at least from what we've seen, like it feels in line with the previous ones, while also feeling like a new creative team in a comic book.
Right.
A
new-ish director.
Yeah.
A new-ish director, and that he directed Shang-Chi and Wonder Man.
I like him. I think he's good. He does good stuff. What I was going to say was the only thing that I thought was interesting was, and this is like inside baseball stuff, was Tom Holland was either giving an interview or he was on a podcast, and he was talking about the fact that after making the Odyssey, which I don't know if that's on anyone's list.
Zach.
I'm not okay, very good. but after making the Odyssey, he kind of like, it sounds like, in his best Tom Holland, friendly British way, put his foot down and was kind of like, look, I've been to I've done, I mean, I understand we do this kind of improv-y, MCU thing where we make things up on the spot and we have a kind of a jazzy approach where we have an idea of what we're doing and then we screw around on set until we get what we want. He's like, but I've been to an actual movie set with an actual director and I think we should do it this way from now on. Basically giving Marvel a bit of an ultimatum of like, look, I don't want to keep making, I don't want to have to do reshoots for this because you decided the multiverse has gone a different way and now we have to do this.
Okay.
So again, I don't know if they had a full, because again, Marvel hasn't they've had like a shooting script, Clifton, usually, maybe?
Yeah.
They at least have that, and then they just sort of, again, but I mean, that's how they've done it basically since Iron Man, right? Is the idea
I think, Favreau kind of set that in motion for them, yeah.
And again, when you're looking at the caliber of actors of like Robert Downey Jr. and Gwyneth Paltrow, and then you've also got Jeff Bridges, you can afford to play around on set because you've got, how many decades of movie making within just those three people. That works, but I don't know if for every Marvel project, it doesn't always come off that way. So I think that was an interesting bit. Was he was just kind of like, no, I've done the real thing now, and I don't really want to go. I don't want to. I mean, as much as I want to keep doing Spider-Man, I don't want to do it the way that we've been doing.
Right.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
Having said that, does anyone want to see the Odyssey?
Zach?
Yes.
Okay.
That's my people.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
That's my people.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's so, what can I say about it? It is an interesting choice for Nolan's next, I think.
Yeah.
One cool anecdote about it, when I was sort of like watching Colbert in his last like month of programming, he had Nolan on, and that's where the actual trailer was dropped, was on his Colbert appearance. And Colbert brings up the fact that he's like, you've got Spider-Man in this movie, and you've got the Punisher in this movie, and you got
right.
Batman in this movie, and you got Catwoman,
Jason Bourne,
and
Jason Bourne,
and
Nakia.
Yeah. And like, were you trying to cast like all superheroes? And Nolan is not like, that wasn't what we set out to do, but that is like what those characters were then, right? Is like that, like that's what superheroes in mythology like grew out of,
right?
Essentially was the, and I just thought that was an interesting place to take it. Yes, I'm excited. I still like Nolan. I still like Nolan movies a lot. I think he's a very, very good director, and I'm a big fan of his, and I'm always going to look his way whenever he does anything.
Okay.
I haven't always loved all of his movies, but some of his movies I love very much.
Okay.
They're some of my favorite movies of all time. So it just depends like what Nolan shows up. No chance at all this movie's short.
Right. Yeah, it's like it's pushing 3 hours. The runtime's out there. It's like 256 or something.
That's a long sit down.
Yeah.
But I am excited. I'm excited to it is a book that is, or it's a story that's been done many, many, many times, and I am curious to see like what the choice. I mean, there are moments in there like there's going to be choices that are going to have to be made.
Of course.
Right. About that, and I'm just curious like what that is. Like how's this going to look? How's this going to be shot? Like what's your interpretation of this character, this god? Like how's that going to be done? Yes, I'm excited. I think it's probably going to be like one of the great casts of all time.
Okay.
I mean, like everybody's in this movie.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see how they do. I like Matt Damon a lot. Would not be my first choice for Odysseus.
Okay.
Would not be my second. Would not be my third. You get my point.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm, very, very curious to see what he does with the role. And Nolan is smart enough that, and I think he casts really well. And so I'm like, this is the guy that saw Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Right.
Which made everybody go, I'm not sure about that. And then we saw it and it's holy crap. Right. So I want to know what it is that he sees. What do you guys think? I know I'm kind of on an island here, but maybe.
I have tickets. I do have tickets.
Okay.
I don't have tickets.
You didn't drop your credit card down.
I did not drop it.
The day they went
no.
on sale for IMAX 70mm last year sometime.
No, I did not pick up my Greek helmet and immediately charge to the. No, I'm excited to see it. I mean, I do want to see it. I'm curious to see how this. I mean, I like the Odyssey. I think it's a great. I've had to read it for high school and really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I did watch this trailer. I did see this trailer because again, I was like, I memorized this story when I was 13. I was
okay.
There's nothing in a trailer is going to surprise me as far as plot or anything. Yeah. I know exactly. Right. I've seen a million and one versions of this movie so far. And this one in the trailer, I was like, it looks like the Odyssey. I was like, it's not jumping out to me as being better than others, but I'm sure it'll be good. But again, like I'm not seeing it in the ordained way of IMAX 70mm or even IMAX. IMAX doesn't. No IMAX theaters have recliners.
Well,
they're all by IMAX lease upright seats so they can fit as many people in an IMAX theater as possible. And again, like I said, this movie's 2 hours and 56 minutes plus like a half an hour of trailers and ads. I was like, I'm seeing it in a theater with a recliner. I'm like,
that's a commitment.
Not. You may have to do like Lawrence of Arabia, like in a mission.
Maybe.
I don't think that's a bad idea. I'm half kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think the biggest the thing that I thought was like, I like you, I like Nolan. I'm not a huge Nolan. Like Nolan does not get me. Like I like the guy. I think he does some good work. I've enjoyed a lot of his movies, but at the same time, I'm also like other things he said just turned me off. That's not news. But no, I mean just looking at like the cast is stacked. There's a really great cast here. Again, like Clifton said, this is not a story that I don't know. So I know this one.
Yeah.
Not that I don't know the Spider-Man stuff either, but I'm just saying, if we're talking apples and oranges, I know this one too. But it was one of those things where for me, it was like when they describe Robert Pattinson's character.
Yeah.
And he's the take is going to be like Lester Diamond, James Woods' character from Casino. I'm interested to see that. I can't wait to see that, see exactly how that works. But no, I think if it's, I don't know how you couldn't do with everything with all the pieces that are there and a timeless story. I don't know how it could be bad, but like Clifton was saying, I've encountered many a version of this as well. So I for whatever reason, I'm not like dying to go see it, but I certainly will see it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just curious to see where it's going to go and what they're going to do. I think one decision. I'll try and make this quick. I mean, so this came up a lot for me in college, in a lot of classes and stuff like that. And one of the things that I recall is, Odysseus's journey to get home is very much his motivator, but he's also undone a lot by the fact that he wants to seek knowledge. Right. And I always thought that was a big part of the character. It's like he wants to go this duality. He wants to get home, but he also wants experience. So he kind of subconsciously is sabotaging himself in a lot of ways. And from the trailers, I think that I don't know that layer is apparent in the trailer, at least is what I'll say. And that's what I mean about like, you're making a choice here. Like we're going to keep it more simple possibly and make it, the return home. Like that's the story. Interesting though too. I mean, like this thing has gotten the notoriety for years and it completely overshadowed. A lot of people don't know that Ralph Fiennes played Odysseus like last year in a movie called The Return. That's basically like just the section of the Odyssey when he's back home dealing with the suitors. Like it's just that the movie's that section. And Ralph Fiennes, I mean, just got in like tremendous shape for this movie. And I know that we're not like, that's not special anymore. We've seen actors do this a million times, but he's an older guy. And I think one of the cool things, I think I saw him talk about it on Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live of all places. Like I think he was on there because he pops up on there a lot. He watches a lot of Bravo. But he said one of the things he wanted to achieve with the look of that is he wanted to look like an old piece of rope. Right? And when you hear that and you see his body, you're like, man, you really achieved that. Like really like lean and muscly and sinewy and everything like that. So I kind of wish Ray Fiennes was Odysseus in this movie.
Gotcha.
But I'll check it out, though. Nothing against Matt Damon. I like Matt Damon a lot. I think he's going to surprise me, but
right.
I'll go.
Okay. Do we have anything else on our list? Anybody else got any outliers, or do we want to talk about anything that Clifton saw that you liked or did not like in the early summer box office stuff?
I was probably going to have Evil Dead Burn on my list.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how long summer movie season lasts. If it lasts into September, I got another one I'm excited for.
Go ahead.
And that is Resident Evil by Krieger.
Oh, yeah. I see.
It's follow-up to Weapons. It's pushing September, so it's technically still summer, but not what we technically think of as summer movie season. But I am looking forward to that one a lot as a follow-up to Weapons. Stars one of the cast members from Weapons, is also in it as well. Weapons was a great one last year.
But is it like the first game, or is it like just something that happens while that things are going on in Raccoon City? I know enough about Resident Evil. I don't know enough about this movie.
I don't either, honestly.
Okay.
I'm just sold because there's been some not so good Resident Evil movies.
Yeah, I mean they're fun. They're just not like, they're definitely takes on the premise and stuff, and Umbrella and all that. But
it's definitely the name of the game.
True.
Those movies.
That is true. That is true. They nailed that one.
True. It's very accurate in that degree.
Right.
It's called Resident Evil.
Yes.
But this one being Zach Krieger, writing and directing is exciting to me.
Right. I liked Weapons. I thought Weapons was pretty good.
Yeah. Austin Abrams is returning from Weapons as a different character, obviously, this time. But he was the junkie in Weapons, the younger guy.
Gotcha.
That's Austin Abrams. He's one of the stars. And Zach Cherry from Severance, I believe. Yeah, Severance. Okay. Yeah. Have you seen if you've seen Severance? He's very good.
I have not yet. Nope.
Those are the cast members I know for it.
Yeah, no, I'd seen the name, and I think I saw parts of a trailer, but I'd not see the whole thing, so I don't know full well what the premise is. But
yeah, that's another one. It's a trailer I've avoided if it is out there. I've just avoided information on it, and the creator is what sells me on it.
Gotcha. No, like I said, I enjoyed Weapons. I thought Weapons was a pretty good movie. But no, I'm sure I will see it at some point. I don't know if I will rush out to the theater to see it, but I will watch it at some point. Just because I do have a soft spot for that franchise. I do like a lot of those games. So, yep, I'm on board for it.
By the same video game company, I'll throw Street Fighter out really quick. We don't need
that's October. That's
October?
After technical summer's over, but it's October. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
oh, is it?
good.
I thought it was August.
No, it's like mid-October.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fun trailer, man. That
October 16th.
Man, that trailer surprised me.
Yeah, I didn't look at that one either.
Yeah. Looks like fun. Okay, so disqualified. No, I thought it was August for some reason. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, for September, really quick, I just saw the trailer for this How to Rob a Bank. Starring Nicholas Hoult. Heist movie. Looks really, really cool.
Oh, yeah, I saw that trailer. I am looking forward to that.
Not from a music perspective, but gives me kind of like Baby Driver vibes a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That should be fun.
Yeah, it looks good.
I saw that trailer for the first time last week when I went to see, what did I see last week? Disclosure Day.
Ah, how was that?
It's all right.
Okay.
Well, you're the only person I know that's seen it, so that's why I was curious, because I
liked it, but it's not top Spielberg.
Okay.
It's middle Spielberg.
Yeah, I heard it was I know one of the more not very kind reviews was M. Night Spielberg is what they were calling it. And I went, ooh, I don't know if that's something. Again, nothing against that guy. I like a fair amount of M. Night's work, so I'm not that's not a terrible dig, but I also, again, it's not something I would attribute to Spielberg, but go on. You were the only one who's seen it, so.
Yeah. No, there are some things in it. I'm not that harsh on it because like I just in general I like to like if I look to the things I like in movies more than the things I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Just as far as what I let the overall impression of a movie be to me. But there are moments where I was like, yeah, he's a director from the 80s and he's still kind of making a movie like it's the 80s and we're not in the 80s anymore. Like I just kind of remember how old he is. And so there's things that are quaint and like in an 80s movie, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's fine. And now we're just like, oh yeah. You could have tried a little harder.
So if it were, I'll put it this way, what if it were set in the 80s? Would it have worked better?
No. Again, like I do like it for the most part. I did enjoy it.
That's a fair
I
assessment.
was really excited for this movie.
Yeah.
Coming out. And then I saw the first teaser.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of, love Spielberg, looks beautifully made, all those things, but just like since I started seeing stuff from it, I'm having a hard time getting there. Can't quite get there on it now.
I hear you. No, I saw that first trailer too, and I was like, well, maybe when it comes home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see it. I'll see it. Definitely.
Yeah.
I will see it.
But yeah, it just didn't do enough for me to be like, yep, you gotta go. Yeah, you gotta be there opening day. Sorry.
And that was David Koepp on screenplay too?
Correct. Yeah.
Right? I love David Koepp. Love David Koepp. Yeah, I don't know. Something about it. Trailers came up a lot today. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was one. I mean, boy, that one I don't think like just didn't sell me.
And the other one, like I'll bring up some of the other ones I've seen.
Okay.
And then get into just a little ending tonal thing for the summer that I've found. But I did really enjoy Masters of the Universe.
Okay.
Really?
I really enjoyed it. It's fun. It's goofy. It's fun. Soundtrack's amazing.
I'm hoping to see it this weekend. I still want to see it really bad. I really, really want to see this movie.
I mean, I won't say it borrows a lot from some other stuff, and what it borrows from is obvious when you see it.
Okay.
And I think they just went in the right direction with it. Because like, how on earth in 2026 is a Masters of the Universe movie gonna work? Because I mean, they missed the nostalgia train for it by like 20 years.
Yeah.
And they find a way. Like they find a way to make it fun, to make it goofy, to have heart. Which is what I felt like. They poke fun at the ideas, but still put heart into the ideas. And I was like, that's really the best way that's really the best thing you could do with this at this point in time. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was goofy at times. It's funny at times, but the characters are cool. Like, yeah.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. It was an overall good time.
Good.
The other thing I was just going to say is it's possibly going to be the summer for horror. So that's what we'll find out. Because I mean, if summer movie season really starts in May, normally we get the big superhero movie like first weekend of May, often would coincide with the free comic book day or first Saturday in May, comic book day. And we didn't get that quite this year. I don't think we got anything May 1st. It was a big comic book movie. So we had a kind of a slower start through May, and the first like breakout hit in May. Oh no, we had Mortal Kombat that weekend. We did have Mortal Kombat 2 that weekend, which is fine. It's a Mortal Kombat movie. I did see it. I was always more of a Street Fighter guy myself than a Mortal Kombat guy, and the movie reminds me a lot of Mortal Kombat. So take that as you will. If you're a Mortal Kombat person, maybe you'll enjoy it more than me. It was good enough. Sheep Detectives. I'm just looking at the list of what's come out. Because there was one week, like they do on social media, like Letterboxd will do a thing where they'll be like, it's Friday, like list your 4 most recent movies from your Letterboxd account. And I did that on Friday a couple weeks ago, and like all of the movies had come out that week. Like my last 4 were all movies I saw in the theater in a 7-day period. And I was like, man, I go to the movies a lot.
Right.
And I think that lineup was like Sheep Detectives, Tuner, which is very good. Tuner's I highly recommend Tuner. It's a crime movie with a surprise, like Dustin Hoffman's in it, surprisingly. It's very good. But I'd seen like Sheep Detectives, Tuner, Masters of the Universe, and Scary Movie, like all within a week. All within a week for my take for it. So I see a lot of movies. But the big standout one, starting like the summer, possibly the summer of horror that this might be, and we'll see how it continues, but Obsession. Obsession is a great movie and has been doing remarkably well for a very, very small budget at the box office this year. And I think has audiences really primed for horror this summer. Even a little bit. I mean, it's probably a compounding effect from this coming on the heels of like Sinners and Weapons last year.
Yeah.
Priming people for horror. And now this summer, like people seem to be all in on going to anything horror. They seem to be open to.
I was going to say the two of the three big surprises of biggest movies last year, like were horror centric movies last year. And so okay, so interesting. Trend will continue.
And so we've got like there are two of the big box office of the summer so far are well, Michael, if you count that was end of April. That one is doing big box office, but Obsession is at 300 million worldwide right now on like a microscopic budget.
Yeah.
Where like some of the staff, like some of the crew wasn't even paid, like they were doing it for fun.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then a few weeks after that, you had Backrooms, which opened strong, but didn't tapered off a little bit, but it's at 256 million worldwide, again, on a small budget. Both of these were directed by like 20-something-year-olds. The director of Backrooms is 20, like just 20 flat.
Good God.
Came out of YouTube videos, both of them, or came out of like, that was their background. Backrooms literally did come out of YouTube videos. He was making videos of this subject on YouTube before teaming up with, I believe it was A24, the independent studio. And we'll see, because like you brought up Evil Dead, Burn, I brought up Resident Evil. There's going to be some other horror throughout, and like the way those things are micro budgets, a lot of times they can really, really turn big box office numbers. That, I mean, like I said, they're making 300 million each so far. Obsession is still going strong, like tons of showtimes a day still for Obsession in the theater, which it's I mean, it's such a super simple premise that you've seen a lot, is that the guy gets a wish, wishes this girl loves him, and that's the premise. But what they do with it, and especially the performance by the main actress, or it's not some, but the subject of the wish, Indy Navarrete, her performance is phenomenal. And you all have seen her before. She was in Superman and Lois. She was Lana Lang's daughter in Superman and Lois. So this is like her big movie breakout, but she has been working in TV and stuff recently. And so I recommend Obsession. Backrooms I was not super fan of. If you tell me a 20-year-old wrote Obsession, I'd be like, yeah, I can see that. For what that means. If you tell me a 20-year-old directed Obsession, I'll be like, wow, like I'm really impressed, because that did not look like like the work of a young director. Like that was very sophisticated work on the directing side. Story's a little lacking for me, but worth seeing, for the setting and for the directing. It was cool, but I am curious to see what that is, especially when big budget movies are all underperforming. So that's the trends of the summer so far, is big movies underperforming, smaller movies overperforming. And we'll be curious as we come into Supergirl and Spider-Man and I mean, to a degree, Odyssey, but Odyssey has like such a baked in, like Nolan fanatic audience that Oppenheimer made almost $1 billion 3 years ago. So I feel like Odyssey has good possibility to go above $1 billion, because it's like it's we all know the story. It's probably the most famous work of fiction in the Western world. So I think it more so than Oppenheimer. I think it does have more general audience appeal, and even with Oppenheimer with less general audience appeal, still made $1 billion. I think Odyssey probably will break the trend and be a big box office success, but we'll be curious to see what happens with Supergirl and Spider-Man. I'm looking forward to both of them, but just the way things have gone, Mandalorian and Grogu underperformed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask, did you see that?
I did. And it's good.
Okay.
I mean, it's the show though. Like,
Okay.
it's like a couple episodes of the show.
Okay.
And so I like it. And I think that's its problem. Like, I honestly think, I wouldn't say it's underperforming. I'd say Disney knew exactly what it was going to do when they chose to put it in the theater. And I think they chose to put it in the theater to be like, this way it'll lose less money than it would if we just ran it on streaming.
Jeez.
And had to put all this money into streaming in a time when I don't think streaming's bringing in the money that places want. So I think they were like, well, take what we got and put it in the theater and lose less. I think that was 100% the plan of Disney. So I wouldn't call it underperforming, even though it is not doing well
I'm excited
at the box
to see
office. I mean, it's a good 2 episodes. It's a good 2 episodes of the show.
My wife and I were going to make a concerted effort to try and have a date night and go see it because we're both fans of the show.
Yeah.
Right. You know, and just couldn't make it just because, you know, school being like where it is and stuff like that with little ones and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I really, really like the show and, you know, we don't need to dwell too much on it. My question is like, are we ever going to like Star Wars again? People, fandom? Are we ever gonna like it again? Like Andor, I mean, like what's going on here? Like
Andor was nothing but acclaim.
Like, I agree. I mean, and that, but that has been like the sole thing for a long time. And then speaking as a Star Wars hater at times in my life, but like generally speaking, from what I've seen of the Disney era TV shows, I'm a big fan of. I didn't like 7, 8, 9. I still haven't seen 9 to this day. But Mando, I really, really like the show. I Boba Fett really dug the show. Defended Obi-Wan to somebody yesterday.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, not to get us off a topic, I just think the general idea with that is, I mean, we can revisit it at some point. I think the biggest thing is just that they're not committed to taking big enough swings. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really love the Andor, and I've enjoyed the Mandalorian, but I've not watched all of it. I'm still like about a season behind. But I mean, I've enjoyed some of the things. I've had other things, but people are like, oh no, you should watch this. It's really good. I like Kenobi. I feel like it's just one of those things of they're afraid to say that, you know, the universe is vast. More vast than it is.
Right.
And a lot of it is they don't want to let go of the side of the pool and go out and see what else is there. It's much easier to live off old IP. And I think that I get it to a point, but you know, you can't just live off of, you know, the main thing. And again, I understand that's what your bread and butter was all the Skywalker stuff. But you know, the universe is more than that. If you want it to survive. But again, like I said, we're getting off topic and we got to wrap this up. So is there anything else, any other things we need to talk about? Any other things on the horizon? Maybe at home or on the smaller screen, but still is new movie-wise? Anything? Anybody got anything?
Clifton, you want to fire away anything? Or?
Like movies to streaming?
Yeah, just stuff that you know that's coming out of streaming. They're like, oh, I'm looking forward to seeing this.
Watch Project Hail Mary if you've not seen it. It should be, I think it just hit. I don't think it's on free streaming. I think it's on pay streaming, like rental.
Okay.
But should be hitting, I would imagine, free streaming, maybe HBO Max. I think it was Warner Brothers. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, definitely worth seeing. So that's one that should be coming out this summer. And it does fit in like a summer movie. It's a summer kind of movie, even though it came out earlier than summer. It's sci-fi. It's big. It's fun. It's you know, Lord and Miller.
Yeah. Like those guys
writing it. So, you know, it's got charm.
Okay.
I would highly recommend that. And I know it's should be available on small screen either by paying or waiting shortly for it to appear on one of the streaming services you may already have.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely recommend it for sure.
Okay. And since it is the summer of horror, any horror that's come home recently that we should be?
Let's say see Obsession if you can.
Okay. I've heard nothing but good things.
I lose just because I see so much horror in the theaters. I don't watch much of it at home, so I lose track of when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Or one I thought was fun earlier this year should be coming to streaming soon. I believe it is again at the moment, rent or buy on digital. So should be hitting any of the streaming services, not long from now. And that is Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, which is a sequel to the 2020 film Ready or Not, starring Samara Weaving. And I believe that one was Adam Brody at the time. Where the premise is that Samara Weaving is a newlywed who just got married to an heir in a rich family. And she's back at their estate, right after getting married, and finds out that they have a tradition where they play a game on any wedding night in their family. And the game she draws is basically hide and seek. And the family, because of some rituals and stuff, they have to kill her by dawn, or else, it would cause the demise of their family.
Oh.
So she's being hunted the whole night, and it is very fun. That was Ready or Not in 2020, starring Samara Weaving. It's just a fantastic, fun, light kind of slasher movie, horror movie. She's great in it. I love Samara Weaving, and she's been in a lot of horror recently, and she's very, very good. And then this one was Ready or Not 2, which picks up immediately at the end of the first film. Like literally the last shot of the first movie is the first shot of this movie. And then this one brings in Catherine Newton from Ant-Man and other things, Halt and Catch Fire. She's been in a ton of stuff.
Is Sarah Michelle Gellar in this too?
Sarah Michelle Gellar is in this one. Elijah Wood is in this one.
Okay.
Sean Hatosi, who is in The Faculty, which is one of my all-time favorite 90s teen horror movies, is in this one. It's a big cast. It's just a ton of fun. Like, I love these movies. But yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar is great in this one. And it just picks up exactly in the tone and story of where the first one left off. And so I recommend that one. I like both of these a lot. They're kind of campy, they're kind of goofy, they still have a lot of action, and they're just fun. So there's that one. And not a recent movie, but we are going to have a review coming up where we continue our on again, off again series that we started years ago, reviewing 90s pulp themed movies, which started with The Rocketeer, I think. Is that the first one we did? And
Dick Tracy.
Oh yeah, where we did The Rocketeer and Dick Tracy. And now we are going to do The Phantom, starring Billy Zane from 1996. We are at the anniversary of The Phantom.
You can't see how much I'm smiling. Maybe you can hear it. I can't wait.
Dak's been anticipating this one for years. So if you are looking for something streaming, kind of summer movie, kind of comic book, a little supernatural themed, that is The Phantom, which you can watch on Pluto TV streaming for free.
I watched the trailer of it just before we started recording. I cannot wait to sit and watch this again. It's so much fun. Slam Evil.
We'll try Slam Evil. All right, so that wraps up the stuff we're looking forward to this summer at the movies. Hit us up on social media and let us know what you're excited about for your movie choices as well. We're on Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram, and Facebook. You can check out all our past episodes at our website, letmeknowhowitis.com, as well as anywhere you find podcasts. Just please, if you enjoy the show and feel so inclined, give us a like or follow and leave a review. It really helps us out. Finally, if you would like to suggest a topic, send it our way by email at info@letmeknowhowitis.com. We'd love to hear from you. As always, thank you for listening and enjoy the movies.